What is a personal services contract? So a personal services contract, which is also sometimes referred to as a family caregiving agreement or a family care contract, right? There's slight variations on that. Essentially, in a Medicaid planning context in the state of Florida, a personal services contract generally refers to an agreement between someone who is receiving care and someone who is providing care. The idea being that typically, not always, but typically we have children, adult children, who are providing many, many valuable services on behalf of their elderly mother or father. And they do these things for free, typically. We can take advantage of the fact that the law does not require them to do these things for free. And if we have an agreement in place, like a personal services contract, if it's properly drafted, then it provides us an ability to pay an adult child, or really any caregiver, but again, most commonly an adult child or more than one adult children, a lump sum where you're paying the caregiver in advance for the services that they promise to provide to their loved one who's applying for Medicaid, all up front. And typically, all things being equal, the younger my client is, the one who's receiving the services, who's eventually applying for Medicaid, the more money we can justify paying adult children as caregivers because it's tied to their life expectancy. So the younger someone is when they enter into this contract, even if we don't utilize it now, we utilize it sometime in the future, it can still be a very valuable planning tool. But ultimately, the reason why we're doing all this is because we're looking for Medicaid compliant ways of getting money out of my client's name in a way that doesn't jeopardize their ability to qualify for these significant benefits to help pay for more care at home, or pay for care in a facility, or ultimately paying for care in a nursing home. And gifting money is not allowed, but with a properly drafted personal services contract or family caregiver agreement, you can get a lump sum of money out of a Medicaid recipient's name or an eventual Medicaid applicant's name, again, in a way that won't be deemed a gift, right? It's not subject to that 5-year look-back period, and we'll get more into that 5-year look-back period in other videos. But that's essentially what a caregiving contract or personal services contract is. Now, you can't just automatically take all of someone's money and get it to a caregiver through a personal services contract. Typically, a personal services contract is being utilized in conjunction with other Medicaid planning strategies that are recognized by the state and federal government as being valid tools. So there's a lot more to it than that. If you'd like to learn more about Medicaid planning, about personal services contract, really it's all about protecting assets in a legal and ethical way so that they can become eligible for Medicaid long-term care benefits without having to go broke first, without having to wait 5 years, please schedule a consultation if you or your loved one are anywhere in the state of Florida.